Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Friday session. Now, guys, on this session, I'm going to be updating you on the pairs that we did analyze. But, guys, before we get into that, so the watch list is a bit different because I've added a few pairs and I've removed a few pairs. So, the only remaining pair from the original watch list, I think it's EURUSD. Even EURUSD, I did edit, I think, during the week, and KCHF. So, KCHF, previously we were looking for sales on this one, but the bias has changed. So guys, how I'm going to be treating this session, I'm going to be analyzing all of these pairs from scratch because most of these pairs, we did not break them down during the Sunday session, so we're not familiar with the thought process behind this pair. So I'm just going to give you a breakdown on all of these pairs and also focusing on our entries that we are looking for today before the market closes. Now, guys, before we do anything, let us start with the DXY. Now, the DXY represents what the overall dollar index. So with this one, as you're on the weekly time frame, this is how the weekly time frame is looking like. So price gave us this impulsive movement, and this is what our overall continuation structure that broke out to the upside, as you can see. So overall, this is still having what the high probability of continuing to climb all the way to the upside. And now we're jumping onto our daily time frame. So how's the daily time frame looking like? So on the daily time frame, this is what we had. So previously, price has been giving us what these small continuations, and we're looking for a continuation during the previous week, somewhere around there. So this has finally materialized into what a proper continuation pattern that is clear for all of us, as you can see. So what we are waiting for is a breakout on this one, so we could do it, so we can confirm those bullish momentum to the upside. So this is how the DXY is looking like. So pretty much you're waiting for confirmation to confirm that it is bullish. So as you know, the DXY moves what in the exact opposite direction with Euro USD. So I'm going to be breaking down Euro USD. So I think I did break down Euro USD during the midweek, but I'll just do it again for those who didn't join. So on the weekly with Euro USD, this is what we are seeing, similar to DXY, price giving us what the continuation pattern to the downside that already gave us what the breakout, as you can see. So this is having a high probability of impulsing all the way to the downside. And now we're jumping on toward our daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, what are we seeing? Price coming from this impulsive movement, giving us what this is our continuation pattern to the downside. That formed what the breakout. So this is having what a higher probability of impulsing all the way to the downside. So we're looking for sales on Euro USD. Now, as jumping onto our mid-time frame. So now mid-time frame, we're not having anything yet except for when price was still in the middle of this pattern whereby price formed about this continuation to confirm what those results. And now our lower time frame, what are we looking for in terms of our interest? So in terms of our interest, just a small continuation pattern to the downside would be sufficient. Just a small continuation pattern to the downside. So price is in the process, I think, of forming that continuation. So if price just drops from where it currently is, we do have what two swing lows that we can use as our bottom trend line, and two swing highs that we can use as our top trend line, like so. And this is how we look to execute our entry in the breakout stop loss above the structure. And our take profit is going to be all the way to the downside. So this one might be ready in a couple of hours, only if it does form what we are looking for, giving us what that small continuation structure to the downside. So this is how I'm looking at what Euro USD. Now onto our next pair, which is what the Euro over the Great British Pound. So this one, start also on this one on the high time frame and we'll go way down. So this one on our weekly time frame, we are seeing that price has been giving us what this continuation pattern that formed a breakout in the retest, but overall this is still having what some high probability of dropping all the way up until the 90% roll. So we still have what a small gap to fill. So now we're jumping onto our daily. What are we seeing on our daily? So on the daily, we are seeing price giving us what this continuation structure that's from the breakout in the retest, but overall this is also what the high probability of dropping up until the 90% roll. So it's forming a similar structure to the weekly. Now coming on to our mid-time frame. On our mid-time frame, this is what we are seeing. Price coming from this impulsive movement, giving us what this continuation pattern that from the breakout. So overall, this is having what the higher probability of impulsing all the way to the downside. And now coming on to our lower time frame, into our entry time frame, what are we looking for? So this would have been our first entry because price formed out this is a continuation pattern to the downside that broke out. So unfortunately could not catch that one. So now what are we looking for in order for us to still be able to capitalize? So this one. So as soon as this one breaks out to the downside, and then that's when we do what we'll enter on the breakout or stop loss above the structure, and I'll take profit all the way to the downside. So this is how we are looking at executing Euro GBP. So that is it on Euro GBP. Now let us see our next pair, which is what? The Australian dollar over the Swiss franc. Jump on the high time frame and make our way down. So also on this one, coming on to our weekly time frame, this is what price is looking like on the weekly, giving us what this continuation structure. This is what our 90% profit. So this is having what the higher probability of continuing to climb all the way to the upside. And now jumping on to our daily time frame. So on the daily, we can see price coming from this impulsive movement, giving us what this continuation structure. So on this one, our target is going to be at the nearest swing high over here. So this is going to be our target, whereby we're expecting for price to continue to climb up until this area over there. And now moving on to our mid-time frame. So now our mid-time frame, price has been confirming those buys by giving us what this continuation pattern to the upside that broke out. As you can see, broke out, climbing up, forming a retest, and now coming on to our lower time frame. So on our entry time frame, this is what price is looking like currently. So price gave us this continuation pattern. So with this one, this is how we normally enter it. Enter on the breakout, stop loss below the pattern, and I'll take profit all the way to the upside. So the only issue that I'm having with this one is what is our risk to reward ratio. But it is not that bad, so we can still execute this one because I prefer to enter on at least 1:3. But as you can see, we're a little bit late, but we can still execute this one for what the one potential 2.9 something% return. So this is also a valid trade that we can execute our buys on, as everything does look nice and perfect. So that's all on the Australian dollar over the Swiss franc. Now on to our next pair, which is what the Canadian dollar over the Swiss franc. Break this final pair, start on the high time frame, and let us work our way down. So this one, previously I was looking for sales. If you remember the start of our session on Monday, and said I was looking for sales, but on this one, my bias has changed. So this is how the structure is looking like currently. So price give us what this reversal structure that's from the breakout over here. So this is having the higher probability of continuing to climb all the way to the upside. And now jump on to our daily time frame. What are we seeing in the daily? So price giving us what this continuation pattern. That's from the breakout, target all the way to the upside. So this is having a higher probability of continuing to climb up. And now coming on to our mid-time frame, also to have what continuation after the breakout. As you can see, this big continuation to confirm those buys. As you can see, so this is having the higher probability of continuing to climb all the way to the upside. And now coming on to our low time frame, what are we looking for? Simple continuation pattern to the upside. So currently price has not given us what a clear continuation pattern that we can use for our entry, but what we are looking for is something along these lines. And this is how we look to enter. Enter on the breakout, stop loss below the structure, and I'll take profit all the way to the upside. So this is how I'm looking at executing Canadian dollar over the Swiss franc. So this is how, guys, my watch list has been updated. Like, so the potential trades that I might be taking for today before the market closes is Euro USD. I'm keeping it for sign Euro USD, Euro GBP. But remember, guys, I cannot execute Euro GBP and Euro USD at the same time. I need to pick one of these. So whichever one is ready first, I'm going to be executing that one first. Why? Because I cannot be having what both Euro risking at the same time. So I need for one of these at least to go into break even before I can execute. And also on these two, KCHF and AUDCHF, I cannot be executing both of these at the same time. So I'd rather execute what the AUD over CHF because this one is currently ready to be traded, and KCHF still needs a little bit of time for it to develop. So yeah, this is how my watch list has been looking like. Hopefully you enjoyed this session and it was very informative for you guys. Now for our VIP members, guys, I'm going to be updating you with screenshots as soon as we're done with this session. I'll be sending screenshots of everything that I spoke about on this session. And as for the rest of you guys, I'll see you once again on Sunday for when we're preparing for the market open together. For now, this is the end, guys, and take care.